A 6-game homestand against the Jackson Generals was a memorable one. We take a trip down memory lane, relive all the great times from that 6-game set. We also take a look at what's to come the second half of the season at Smokies Stadium. Get out your pocket schedules. We have some great ones coming up soon. And also, Ben Zobrist was a Smokie last weekend. He joins the show and talks about what it means to be in East Tennessee. Mick and Zobrist coming up along with much more right now on Bear Trax. Welcome to Smokies Stadium, where the Chicago Cubs stars of tomorrow are born. This stadium, past heroes, are baseball's present champions. In this house, when your name is called, you step up.
Schwarber with an RBI hit. He looks up, so long. Chris Bryant, just like Javier Baez a year ago. A home run in his first Double-A at bat. Swing, fly ball, deep left field. This one's got a chance if it's fair. Way back there, so long. Ball game over. Smokies win. What do you say?
This house is witness to historic performances.
Jokic no hits the Suns tonight.
In the outfield.
Oh my, what a grab.
And on the base pass. In this stadium, we play until the final out.
Swing, there's a line drive, base hit, and the Smokies score 8 times, and they stun the Braves. They were down 7-0 going into the bottom of the 9th.
This is America's friendliest ballpark. For the next 30 minutes, we're giving you the best seat in the house. Bear Trax starts right now as we bring you inside Tennessee Smokies baseball. How's it going, everyone? Welcome inside the Tennessee Smokies locker room. This is your all-access pass inside Smokies baseball. I am Charlie Walter. Last week's homestand against the Jackson Generals was an unforgettable one. It was a 6-game set, which meant that there were plenty of chances to come out and see your Smokies in action, but not only the Smokies, the Chicago Cubs. Brett Anderson joined the long list of major leaguers that have come through Smokies Stadium, and he pitched really well. Anderson went 4 innings of 2-run baseball in his second start of the season. Best of luck to Brett as he continues to rehab with the Smokies and makes his way back up to the Cubs. Anderson's arrival was a huge deal, but didn't feel like it, and that's because the excitement of having a Cubs starting pitcher on the roster was overshadowed by having the World Series MVP in the house. Ben Zobrist played 2 for the Smokies, piling up some hits in his rehab assignment before he rejoined the Cubs. It was the first time Ben has been to Smokies Stadium, and he was nice enough to join Mick Gillispie for an interview. You can hear what Zobrist had to say. That's coming up later in the show. That was exciting. So was this.
Center field, Martin back. He's at the warning track. He's at the wall. He jumps. Oh, he got it. Oh,
Trey Martin,
goodness.
with maybe the catch of the year, landed number 4 on SportsCenter's top 10.
He jumped and he got it.
The Smokies took 5 of 6 against the Generals. They actually brought out the brooms in game number 6, looking for the clean and ultra-rare 6-game sweep. It did not happen, but once again, what a fantastic homestand it was. And that isn't all that there was to it. It was also the Lego Play Ball Tour, and it was presented by Jerry Duncan Ford and Lincoln and Duncan Family Automotive. The Lego Play Ball Tour provided an interactive opportunity for kids to have fun with one of America's favorite toys. There were activities on the Lego Play Ball Tour, which included building tables for creative play, family challenges, photo opportunities with life-sized Lego models, and just much, much more. It was so much fun. Also, the first 500 kids through the gate on Saturday and Sunday took home a special Lego giveaway. The Lego Play Ball Tour was such a huge deal at Smokies Stadium that the only living Legos known to mankind made the trip to see the action for themselves.
The wheels on the Lego Play Ball Tour bus went round and round into Smokies Stadium, and making the trip were Lego Lester and Lego Larry, well known to have loads of passion for the game of baseball. First up was buying their tickets. They made sure their tickets were with all the other Legos in right field. They were ecstatic when the pair was reunited with all their Lego buddies. First, they ran into the CEO of the Lego Play Ball Tour, and after a long chat with their boss, they linked up with Lego Lewis. Then it was time to make a trip down to the field. The Smokies were so kind, letting these two superfans be part of the pre-game festivities. They played catch on the field, interacted with the fans, and even had a chance to join veteran broadcaster Mick Gillispie in the booth. It was a fantastic day for the two.
Larry, welcome to Smokies Stadium. You look great.
Really neat to see real-life Legos at the stadium, but who are those weirdos?
I don't know, but the big one did have a pretty good arm.
That he did. Trax continues right after this. All right, everyone, I know that August is still a little bit a ways, but we have two fantastic giveaways that we have at the stadium, and so I'm going to tell you about them now. Get out your pocket schedules and circle the calendar for these two dates, starting with the mystery bobblehead giveaway. Here's how that will work. You'll show up to the stadium, we'll hand you a bag with a random bobblehead in it. You won't know what you've received until you open that bag, and most likely, your entire group will end up with different bobbleheads. Our bobblehead room is loaded with random but awesome bobbleheads, and you won't know which one you'll end up with until you join us. That's on August 6th against Pensacola. The first 1,000 fans will be a part of the mystery. A few weeks after that, we celebrate the University of Tennessee at the ballpark. Vols fans, you will not want to miss out on this. Todd Helton bobbleheads will be given to the first 1,000 fans, and all in attendance will have the chance to see Todd in person. Helton will be at the ballpark to represent the University of Tennessee, and so will the Smokies. They'll be wearing special volunteer jerseys, which will be auctioned off to the highest bidders. For more information on both these awesome promotions, visit SmokiesBaseball.com. Great promotions in the month of July as well, beginning with a W Flag Rally Towel presented by Pepsi that will be given away July 16th. And then 50-cent hot dog night follows on July 25th.
And don't miss out on our fidget spinner giveaway July 29th.
It's not every day that we get a chance to talk to a World Series MVP. Great to see Ben Zobrist, not on the terms that I'm sure you would like, but you live in Tennessee. This is your home state. Welcome here.
Thank you. I don't get a lot of chances to come back to Tennessee during the season, so I'm excited for the opportunity to be here and experience Tennessee Smokies baseball for a couple days.
Yeah, you didn't play in the Southern League, which is kind of surprising because you were on a bunch of different teams. Now, if you came up with the Rays, right, you would be right here in this league. But you're getting an opportunity now.
Right. Yeah, I'm excited to be in this league for even if it's just a short stay. I know that this is going to be a good competition here. That's why when I talked to the head guys up in Chicago, they basically said, we want you to see AA or AAA pitching. So when I knew the Smokies were going to be at home, I thought I'd love to go back to Tennessee for a few days here and experience this league here.
Before we talk about the World Series and some of the things that you've accomplished, you've really relied on your faith. And in Nashville, Tennessee, you're a big member of the religious community.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a chance to share my faith a lot with people through baseball, which has been a great opportunity to do that. I try to just go about my business in a respectful way and in a way that honors and glorifies my Savior, and hopefully I can do that and continue to do that. But the game has just afforded us some great opportunities to experience a lot of different people, cultures, even different faiths, and it's been a blessing for me to get that experience outside of where I grew up in Illinois and in Nashville, and just looking forward to continuing to get to know people throughout the baseball community.
How's that helped you in your career?
Oh, I think just the experiences I've had, God has really used the game, I think, in a way as a crucible of sorts for my heart at times. You go through ups and downs, and you really have to depend and rely on God as opposed to yourself when you're in weak points. So anytime you're injured, anytime you're scuffling on the field, you have ups and downs, and you just really have to find strength sometimes outside of yourself. And for me, that's been my faith in Christ.
You were on both World Series winning teams the last 2 years. Obviously, the one in Chicago, I mean, it just has to be the pinnacle of any type of championship, not just from baseball, but just from 100 years without one, and the standpoint of the celebration that went with it.
Yeah, it was nuts. I mean, it was a crazy experience. All of last year, really, but the second half of the year and through the playoff experience, being down 3-1 in the World Series and coming back and winning in Game 7. I mean, it's really hard to describe. I mean, I think the emotions were just so high. It was really, really, the craziest probably emotional experience I've had in my life. In the end, it all worked out for the Cubbies, all worked out for Chicago, and for our organization, everything, all the guys that were a part of it. Just feel like blessed to, I think, just have been in Chicago during last year.
The rest of Ben Zobrist's interview will conclude later in this show, so be sure to stick around to hear what the MVP has to say to Mick. Well, coming up next, our very own Rally Ranger joins the show. He steps into the cage once again. Myself and the Ranger next on Bear Trax.
Watch out, Vossler. That's the hot corner over there.
Back by popular demand is the Rally Ranger. We're going to take some cuts in the cages. He's going to show us how to perform perfectly in batting practice. What do you have to say for yourself?
Don't be so mean to me, Charlie. I'm somewhat in the head, okay?
Okay, I got you. That was a long time ago I said that. You've really proved me wrong since. Show me what you got in the cages. Come on, step up to the plate. I'll be your pitching coach today. I'm a lefty. First of all, what's the different approach that you have when you go up against lefties?
Well, I like to bat from the right. Most people don't know I'm a switch hitter, so sometimes I like batting from the left, but I like batting from the right because I can see that ball coming into the zone and I just know where I'm going to hit it, and that's over the fence.
So once you step up to the plate, you have everything ready to go. Whose stance do you emulate at the plate?
I emulate the machine, Albert Pujols, one of the best hitters of our generation. I stick out the tongue, and I blast it every time.
So why do you choke up on the bat like that, Rally Ranger?
Well, because just in case I'm sitting on the fastball and he throws me something short, I can adjust my swing very quickly instead of just having this long, drawn-out motion. Come on, you're throwing too slow. Come on. I'm used to like Aroldis Chapman over here. Now, to be a great hitter, sometimes you got to step onto the other side of the batting cage, and I like to be the pitcher sometime. You ready, Charlie?
Ready.
It's a strike one. It's a strike two. Strike three, he's out.
Actually, 3 pretty good pitches. I'd say the count's probably 2-1 though.
2-1?
2-1.
Well, I think you're wrong, Charlie.
2 balls were outside.
All right, come on, step at the plate. We're 2-1 now. Oh, he bunted and he missed. He's not a great hitter, I am.
2-2, he wasn't ready for it though. Check swing, held it 3-2.
We'll go to the first baseman. He's safe. You suck,
Walk off.
No, you're not supposed to hit it. That's
Walk
not
off,
a part
baby.
of the segment.
Walk off. That's a hitting lesson with our very own Rally Ranger. Until next time, say bye to the camera.
We've had so many of those players that were your teammates last year that won that World Series come through here. So it is exciting to have you as now a member of the Smokies family. Game 7 of the World Series, you guys have the rain delay. Mm-hmm. You go back out there, you get the hit that ends up being the one that put the Cubs ahead for good. You're the MVP of the World Series. How has that changed your life?
Oof. Hopefully it hasn't changed too much. I think it's just, people notice me a little bit more in Chicago than maybe they did before then. And I've had a lot of opportunities to do other things outside of the game. Which has been fun. I've turned down most of them because you just don't have a lot of time during this time in my career. But most importantly, I think for me to just be the same person, try to be consistent. My faith needs to be the most important thing to me. My family, always number one as far as my priorities off the field. And, just represent myself in the community and hopefully the Chicago Cubs organization well.
This year, it's been an up and down season for the Cubs. What do you think this team's going to be able to do in the second half?
I think, we're going to have to, just get back to playing the kind of baseball we know how to play. And I think it's going to have to be narrowing our focus. We had a meeting earlier this year where we talked about that. And it's just been hard to block out all the extra stuff, I think, that kind of goes on around the game. And we kind of have to just find a way to just get back to execution pitch to pitch, and doing the best we can, and not allowing the record or what the other team around the league, what everybody else is doing. We just got to focus on what we're doing as a team, and I think if we do that, we have a great chance of making the playoffs again, and then making a good run in the postseason.
Last question, when you come here and you're with a minor league team, or in spring training when you work with a lot of the younger players, what kind of advice do you give those guys on how to become a successful big leaguer?
I think one of the biggest things at this level is just learning how to deal with failure in the right way, because you're going to fail. Everybody fails, and whether it happens in AA, AAA, or lower in the minor leagues, this game has a way of we play enough baseball, it has a way of knocking you down at times. You have to learn how to, how are you going to get up? Are you going to depend on your faith? You're going to depend on your family? You're going to depend on yourself? How are you going to do it and find a way? And what it seems like at the big league level is everybody at that level has found a way to deal with failure that enables them to keep coming back for more. Because the game will beat you down if you allow it, but it affords us some great opportunities, and if you can push through those failures to get to the success in the game, and I think it can build a lot of character and really help you to be a strong individual, but a strong player in the future.
Awesome. Ben Zobrist, Cubs World Series MVP. I'm Mick Gillispie. Let's send it back up to Charlie and more Bear Tracks.
Robinson's Fruit Shoot is our official sponsor of our Play Like a Pro lesson. And for the first time this season, Preston Morrison gives us a free lesson on how to pitch. It's Mo and it's Mick coming up next on Bear Tracks.
The best kept secret in North Knoxville, Legacy Point Apartments. Located just off Shad Road on Pleasant Ridge. 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments. They are pet friendly with access to a 24-hour state-of-the-art fitness center and saltwater pool with iconic mushroom fountain. Find out for yourself. Stop by and meet their friendly staff or visit them online at legacypointapartments.com.
My insurance rates are probably going to double.
But Dad, you've got
Allstate. With accident forgiveness, they guarantee your rates won't go up just because of an accident.
Smart kid.
Indeed. Ask an Allstate agent about accident forgiveness. Are you in good hands?
Contact your local Allstate agent today. Get a hold of Dale Skidmore in Knoxville. You're in good hands with Allstate.
We're on the bullpen mound here at Smokies Stadium. This is Preston Morrison, one of the starting pitchers for the Smokies. I'm Mick Gillispie. It's time for our Play Like a Pro segment. So here we are out on the bullpen mound, I said before, on top of the mound. But this isn't where your career really got started. You were a position player and converted to pitching. What made you decide to do that? And then what are the first steps as a position player going to pitching that you have to do to become successful?
That's right. When I first started playing ball when I was 6, all the way till I was about 16, I was strictly third base, second base kind of player. And I kind of just fell into it, honestly, playing those travel ball tournaments where, you're playing 6-7 games a weekend. We ran out of pitching one time, so they just kind of threw me out there, and I threw 1 or 2 good innings. And so the next weekend they said, you're going to start one game. And then it just kind of snowballed from there where I started throwing more and more. And so, I really started to take more of an interest in it. And so when I first started to throw, I threw exclusively from the stretch just because I wanted to keep it simple. And for me, I've always had the same kind of checkpoints. I've always kept my hands kind of high, making sure that, sometimes if I started too low, I wouldn't get my hand to my release point. So keeping my hands high when I'm set, and then making sure as I go down the mound, I'm leading with my hip as opposed to leading with the outside part of my leg, my knee and stuff like that. So after I'm coming set, just keeping it real simple, nice balance point, leading with my hip, and then staying through the baseball. If I'm falling off this way, my ball is going to run this way. If I pull off this way, my ball is going to follow my body. So those things kept me engaged in what I was doing, and it really helped me solidify my mechanics and making sure that I stayed consistent as I started pitching.
All right, well, thanks for the tips today. Preston Morrison, I'm Mick Gillispie. This was Play Like a Pro. Now back to Charlie.
That's it on this week's edition of Bear Trax, and it's hard to believe, but we only have 4 episodes remaining. Thank you to everyone for your continued support of Bear Trax. It means a lot to everyone working on this TV show. We've had a blast doing it, so 4 more episodes to go. If you want to see the past episodes, just visit our YouTube page, type in Smokies Baseball or Tennessee Smokies, or Bear Trax. You'll find it pretty easily right there. Until next time, we'll see you next week, Fox 43, 11 o'clock. Have a great night.
I guess this is how Oprah feels. Woo! You get a free Smokies ticket, and you free Smokies tickets, everyone. Free Smokies tickets. Go see the Smokies. Everyone, go see the Smokies. Woo! Oh, you stink. You don't get a free Smokies ticket. You get a free Smokies ticket. You get a free Smokies ticket. Go see the Smokies Baseball Club, AA affiliate of the Chicago Cubs. I gotta say all that. I'm legally bound to. We'll see y'all again. Mic drop.